The Bishop House Haunting, Bridgeport, Connecticut. In Bridgeport, Connecticut, a quiet two-story home at 966 Lindley Street became the center of one of the strangest true hauntings ever investigated. It was 1974. Police, reporters, and curious neighbors crowded outside as furniture slid across floors and crucifixes twisted on the walls. This is Dr. Hans Holzer's Bishop House Haunting, the poltergeist case that left even law enforcement stunned. The Pritchard family, Gerard, Laura, and their adopted daughter, Marcia, were ordinary people living on an ordinary street until one November evening when chaos erupted. Cabinets slammed open and shut, chairs scraped across the linoleum by themselves, lights flickered, then bulbs popped. A crucifix spun half circles on the wall. When police arrived, they saw it too. One officer swore he watched a recliner lift several inches off the floor and slam down again. Within hours, Lindley Street was blocked by news vans. Bridgeport had never seen anything like it. Before the neighborhood was built, this land was part of a 19th century farm once belonging to the old Elias Howe estate. In those days, it was just open pasture and scattered trees. Long before that, the wider region was home to the Paugusset people, an Algonquian-speaking nation who lived along the Housatonic River and Long Island Sound. By the mid-1800s, they had been pushed inland, and no recorded villages or burial sites ever stood on this parcel. Dr. Holzer checked the records himself and ruled out any native connection. Instead, he uncovered a local memory. Decades earlier, a storage shed on the lot had burned, possibly killing a transient who slept inside. When Holzer's medium later described a male presence saying, "This house stands over what was mine," that story suddenly fit. Dr. Holzer reached Bridgeport while the phenomenon was still raging. He found the family exhausted, the police baffled, and crowds chanting outside for the ghost. He brought his trusted trance medium, Ethel Myers, to conduct a séance. As she slipped into trance, her voice shifted. She spoke for a man who claimed he had once lived and died on that very ground. Witnesses in the room reported a blast of cold air. Curtains moved, though every window was shut. Outside, photographers saw flashes of light in the windows, though no bulbs were burning inside. When Dr. Holzer questioned the entity through the medium, the voice said,
"I died without peace. This house stands over what was mine."
The activity always surged around Marcia, the 11-year-old daughter. Each time she entered a room, chairs scraped or objects shifted. Dr. Holzer concluded that her unconscious psychic energy was feeding the disturbances. He told reporters it was psychokinesis, not possession. Human emotion magnified and shaped by a lingering spirit. For days, Dr. Holzer interviewed police, clergy, and neighbors. Their stories matched. Windows rattled, objects hurled, electrical surges hit the house without tripping breakers. He logged temperature drops and tape-recorded rhythmic knocking, 3 sharp beats repeated again and again. The medium identified them as the spirit's signal. He's still claiming the land. Holzer believed 2 forces were at play: a confused spirit from the fire tragedy and a living psychic catalyst in Marcia. A local priest blessed the house. The noise stopped, then returned within hours. Holzer wrote, "Faith can quiet the living, but it does not always quiet the dead." That same week, a local reporter snapped a blurred Polaroid of a chair mid-air. The photo divided opinion, but gave the haunting its single image. With The Exorcist still in theatres, the public expected demonic spectacle. Dr. Holzer dismissed it. What happened here was human energy out of control, not evil from without. By early December, the storm was over. The Pritchards moved away within a year, refusing interviews. Skeptics later claimed hysteria. Dr. Holzer replied, "Hoaxers crave fame. The Pritchards craved quiet." In his archives, he labelled the file Poltergeist Type B, external spirit attachment. For the rest of his career, Dr. Holzer used the Bridgeport case as a model of mass witness verification, one of the few hauntings seen by civilians, clergy and police together. He lectured that when belief and fear meet psychic energy, you get fireworks. This was no hoax and no devil, just human potential, unrecognized. The family disappeared from public view, and the house changed hands quietly. Decades later, retired Officer Joseph Turek still insisted,
Whatever happened in that house, it wasn't fake. I saw chairs move. I saw the fear in that girl's face.
In 1999, skeptics dubbed it Bridgeport's media poltergeist. Holzer's response was classic. If 100 people hallucinate together, study the 100. But in Bridgeport, we had evidence, not imagination. Today, the home still stands, peaceful, repainted, ordinary. EMF readings are normal, but locals say the air feels heavy near the front steps. Dr. Hans Holzer never recanted his findings. For him, the Bishop House proved that hauntings can be both spiritual and psychological, human grief-meeting residual presence, producing something that science still struggles to name. So, what do you think? Was the Bishop House haunted by a restless spirit, or by the power of the living mind under pressure? Dr. Holzer believed the truth lived somewhere in between. If you enjoyed this journey into his archives, like, subscribe, and join us next time as we open another true case from America's first ghost hunter.